Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
As far as right now, when I first got introduced to bully busting, to me I thought that was huge. Why I thought that was huge because when you sit back and think about it, I'm damn near 91 years old. Right. So when I sit back and think about bullying is, damn, that was popular coming up in my time, but people stopped even using that terminology. How was your first break? How was your third period? How was your fourth period? How was lunch? What happened? What took place? When there's no communication, there's no understanding. When there's no understanding, everything tends to be mass chaos. And right now, when we look at male, females right now, when we want to get grown, we want to act grown, and we want to have sex, and we want to create these kids. Right now, like my mother used to always say, no kids ask to come here. No kids raise their hand and say, I want to be here. If y'all are men and women enough, like y'all think y'all grown, and y'all smell under your underarm, and y'all think y'all grown, and y'all having these kids, be man and woman enough to take care of them. And it's a sacrifice. But when they come in the picture, all that good stuff that you want to have, nah, it go to them. All that time and energy, you got to give back to them. Once again, that's your responsibility. But we as men got to understand why whole life is my freedom. So how in the hell I'm going to go back? You know, so that's why I say July 28th, we celebrate 25 years of freedom. And that's why I say right now, man, shout out to Keith.
Yes, sir.
And the sad part about it is right now is Keith, and when we met, we talked, he said, Keith, that's his name. I said, Keith. Yeah, that's my middle name. So it's like right now how the signs, how everything go back to full circle, man. So like I said right now, thank each and every one for taking time out of their busy day to come out here to support, to show the love.
Thank you so much, Brian Gibbs. I love this book so much. I mean, I was a fan of your YouTube channel, but now I'm like a real up close and personal fan. I really love what you have going on here. And not only that, but I too was once lost and now I'm found. So thank you, Brian, for this autographed copy. I appreciate you.
Whatever you want. My name K2, you know what I'm saying, man? Young cat trying to get my life together, man. This right here, a lot of knowledge, man. Strong mind, I appreciate it.
Just got my copy of Beyond Lucky by Brian Glaze Gibbs. Thank you so much for sending me my personalized autographed copy. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a long time, so I'm really excited to get to know some of your stories and what made you you and how this redemption came about. I know you're a changed man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole process of how it happened. Thank you. Yo, Glaze! I just got to my favorite part of your book. This is Out of Prison as a New Person. So, page 308, May of 1998. That's actually when I had the pleasure of meeting you, and we worked together on that 10:30 to 3 a.m. shift, which was crazy. My respect level just went up like 10 more notches for you. So I knew about your past. I knew about everything that had gone on. But what I didn't know is you were going from $40,000 a day to, I think we were making $12 an hour there, that night shift, something crazy. So for you to be able to have that work ethic of going from slinging easy rocks to slinging heavy packages and working that night shift and just being the positive person you were that whole time and offering encouragement to everybody that worked that shift. Just got my copy of Beyond Lucky by Brian Glaze Gibbs. Thank you so much for sending me my personalized autographed copy. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a long time, so I'm really excited to get to know some of your stories and what made you you and how this redemption came about. I know you're a changed man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole process of how it happened. Thank you.
Especially athletes, right? So athletes always want to be buff, and they want to make sure they have a lot of energy, and they want to run, blah, blah, blah. Panoxol was good for them, and that's how it all started. You know, it started with the men that had erectile dysfunction. It started with the guys who wanted to run and buff up. So the whole industry was surrounded with that, but they called it something else. There's a lot of names for it. And then some brilliant scientist says, wow, God, if we can do nitric oxide for those things, then why can't we do it for heart? Why can't we do it for the liver? Why can't we do it for blood flow? Why can't we do it for the vessels in the brain? Why can't we do it for the vessels in the legs? You see what I'm saying? So it's a really good whole body supplement. Saying that you always want to, because I said it's a driver, the most profound thing that I found in using this is allowing a person to realize that it opens up the doorway to perfect health. And the reason why it does that is because it's the first thing you need, and the second thing you need is nutrients. So if it's a door opener, you have a very good chance of getting a better health and longevity. And that's the key to life. Oxygen.